Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Anaridis Rodriguez. Nico, is shaping up to be a major snowstorm, and some places could see more than a foot of snow before the day is over. Some places are already at 8 inches.
Yeah, Western Pennsylvania saw that report come in around Indiana, Pennsylvania, and that's before our system was off the coast and really strongly developing. So we've got more to come. And up throughout the area. Winter storm warning stretching from Pennsylvania into northern Jersey, and then over into Long Island, a blizzard warning, and out towards the Cape, a blizzard warning as well. That's for winds really whipping up the snow, reducing visibility less than a quarter of a mile for at least 3 hours, winds over 35 miles per hour plus. So that's a concern there. Power outages will be a possibility when you get into a situation like that. Travel impacts. We know lots of kids have a snow day today, and so that'll help keep people off the road. That's great, and it's great for the kids. We heard about that last night. But when it comes to air travel, this is going to be a real headache. Already about 60% of the flights canceled in Boston, 40% in Philadelphia and New York City. So check ahead with your airline. Major impacts expected. Now, in terms of delays, there may not be as many delays simply because there's less flights. They've canceled them, right? But you need to check ahead before you go to the airport today. So a real headache for travelers on the roads, too, because the snow is coming down really heavily. Makes it tough for the road crews to clean up. I mean, they're out there. We've been seeing video all morning of road crews out there, Allentown, Pennsylvania, for example, but that snow is coming down at a moderate clip and will really be accumulating pretty quickly. So already this morning, the snow is spreading across the state of Pennsylvania. It's actually wrapping up already in western Pennsylvania. Martinsburg, 34 degrees and snowing, just light snow showers there. D.C., 44 in the district. Now, north of town, you're going to start to see some changeover and get some snow in, and we will get some accumulation up here, we think. Not as much as what we'll see in Pennsylvania and not as much as what we'll see across northeastern PA to northern Jersey to the New York City area to the surrounding burbs, getting ready for some bigger snows there on the order of, 6 to 10 inches, maybe a foot of snowfall. This is the kind of situation where we're going to watch bands of snow set up through the day, especially when the low HUD's off the coast, and that will help enhance the rainfall, or excuse me, the snowfall. And that how much time you spend in rain before you change over to snow will also impact the snowfall amounts as well. Plus, what kind of snow you get. Is it going to be real fluffy snow? And that potential is there in places like Connecticut, where we've been a bit colder. Through the overnight, our temperatures have stayed below freezing. So your snowfall, same amount of moisture could create more snow just because it fluffs up, right? So that's another thing that's going to affect your snowfall totals. Either way, we get it out through today. This is just today only storm. By tonight, everyone is clearing out. In fact, Philadelphia, by this afternoon, you're probably going to see some breaks in the clouds and get some sun out there. But adding up to about 8 to 10 to 12 inches from southeastern Pennsylvania right through northern Jersey, the New York City area, we're talking 8 to 12, 12 to 18 from eastern Long Island there to southeastern Massachusetts, including the Boston area. And this would be your biggest snow of the season, Boston. I know south of town in Plymouth, you already had, 18 inches of snow with that storm back in January. But this will be a bigger one for in town in Boston if you get over a foot. Let's see what else we know this morning about the undersnow at Penn State. It happened overnight in central Pennsylvania. It could happen again today from eastern PA to the New York area, New York City area, I should say, and then maybe even into New England, too. So here's where the winter storm warnings are. They drop off from west to east throughout the day. So, through the morning, you'll start to see some of these drop off in western Pennsylvania. And that's a clue to how fast this whole thing is moving. The low pressure is not sticking around for a long time, and that's going to somewhat limit our snow. It actually could be more, and we are expecting this to be a very decent snowfall, very impactful, with more than a foot of snow happening here across that northeast I-95 corridor. All right, so right now, we got a couple areas to watch. In eastern Pennsylvania, say from the middle of the state points east, still snow coming down. This right here in southeastern Pennsylvania has still been mixing with rain. In Philadelphia, of course, is one spot we're watching closely because we've got Reynolds Wolf there. Temperatures are still in the low 40s, about 41 degrees for you there. 42 in D.C. You can see, though, in some of those northern and western burbs where a lot of you commute from, we are getting some mixing with snow, and we'll get some accumulation there, too, as temperatures come down. Now, Harrisburg to Allentown, we've been squarely in the snow. Temperature is just above the freezing mark, but because it's been falling steadily, we're already getting some accumulation of snowfall out there. And then we go to New York City. We're now at 31 degrees. Our temperature keeps dropping off. That's the trend. You've already hit your high for today. We're going to be watching for that snow to continue to pick up through the morning and ramp up, actually, we think, in intensity through the morning hours. Now, let's look at western Massachusetts into Connecticut, where already we're starting to get some reports of snowfall. Temperature still at 34 degrees in New Haven. That will drop off for today. And as the snowfall intensity picks up when that low moves off the coast, we're going to be watching for some bigger accumulations. 8 to 12, 12 to 18. Boston, you're in that 12 to 18. New York City area 8 to 12. And then Philadelphia, we're looking, because we haven't started yet, we're looking anywhere from maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow. Poconos will get 5 to 8. All right, let's see what else is happening with the latest. It'll be today, actually. It's a pretty quick mover. It moves out today. And then we go ahead to tomorrow. There's actually the chance for a little bit of snow Friday night into Saturday morning, perhaps hitting New England, but not so much the rest of the Northeast. You see that Saturday morning up there. Next system comes in. It's warming up. In fact, we're more than 30 degrees above average. More records to be broken across the heartland and the southern plains. That warmer air moves east. We've got temperatures running, 10 to 20 degrees above average, maybe not breaking records, but warm enough that it's all rain when this next clipper comes into the Northeast. And Winter Storm Nico spreading across Pennsylvania, now getting into New York, northern Jersey. We're right in the middle of it as well. And we're going to time things out for you. So this is how it's going to play out. Our low pressure on the move, going to head off the coast and really deepen. In fact, we're expecting it to bomb out, meaning it will drop more than 24 millibars in 24 hours. It's probably going to beat that. But we will see that low help draw in the cold air. Temperatures are already dropping, and that's just going to keep on happening through the day today. You've all pretty much hit your daily highs for the day. So as temperatures drop off, the fact is, as we get the snow, things are going to freeze, and travel conditions are actually going to go downhill. Even compared to where you have the snow right now, it gets worse because the air gets colder. Winter storm warnings are in effect through Pennsylvania, northern Jersey, and they are in effect from west to east through today. You'll see them start dropping off. It moves through pretty quickly, but when it comes down, it's going to come down, and plus the wind will be blowing. That's where those blizzard warnings are in effect, Long Island and into the southeast Cape as well. All right, let's show you what's happening out there today right now. The radar showing some steady snow still happening in central Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania. Now, this looks really bright and dark on the radar, like the snow is very heavy. It's mixing with sleet in spots. It's also still raining in Philadelphia, mixing in with sleet right now. But Philly, interestingly, your temperature has now dropped to 36 degrees at the airport, and we are going to be watching for that snow to quickly turn over, or the rain sleet mix turn over to snow. York, 30 and snowing. D.C., 42 degrees and raining in the district, but north of town, we've got snow, and that's where a lot of folks commute in. So be very wary on that morning commute this morning. All right, so Harrisburg to Allentown, we've got snowfall. It's been very steady, if not moderate. Already about 3 inches at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The snow has been coming down here through the last 3 hours or so in Allentown. So I'm guessing you have at least 2 inches on the ground just based on watching your observations. And the New York City area, it's been coming down for the last hour pretty steadily. We had a half-mile visibility for a while, and that'll put down a light coating, get things sort of primed as we get more snow to build in through today. Albany to Springfield, snow just beginning here as well. So through the next couple of hours, Philadelphia, we get it first. A big thump of snow coming in this morning. New York City, later this morning, we get that big thump of snow. Boston, it's early afternoon, and then it's out of here. We do have the lake effect that comes in after that, and then late on Friday night into Saturday, there's actually a little clipper that comes in and brings us another little bit of snow to New England. But this storm is the big one, and so this is where we're going to be looking at 8 to 12 inches of snow across a good chunk of central and New York State. We've got Boston in the 12 to 18 and Antiveritas. There's a chance that someone gets more than 18, simply because there's going to be bands of snow that's set up, and like a thunderstorm. We've got to nowcast that.
Check in at Washington, D.C.